to keep up with the spirits of negativism.
Yes.
Today's we have not so good advert for the keyword for today, but sometimes you read it from some government papers.
Yeah.
It's called expeditiously.
Expeditiously, yeah.
It's
I like the word expedite.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of expeditions. I think it's a terrible adverb.
Overdone.
It's taking the word
expedition.
I'm not a big fan of it. But that being said, what we're talking about today is somebody who has used this term because he wants to see the government expedite the launch of a new transport study for Hong Kong.
Ah, you mean the CTS?
Yes, yeah. The fourth comprehensive transport study.
Yes.
And, I guess the last one was done 16 years ago.
Oh, yes.
So we're probably overdue.
Yeah.
We're probably overdue. And there's a lot going on.
The last one was done when I was just entered the government.
Wow.
That was like
16 years
ago? Right after the handover.
Gotcha. Were you involved in that?
I have to read that because I was involved in policy planning for urban planning.
Okay.
And CTS 3 primarily is we have rail-led development.
Right.
So everything is rail-led. So
Gotcha.
you see the high-speed rail, you see all the delayed...
all those projects.
All the NPLC delay lines because of that.
Okay.
So the CTS 4
right.
is long overdue.
Long overdue,
yeah. Long overdue.
And of course, I guess they've got to take into account what has been accomplished, right, and what has been finished, and what new transport links we have in place, and what will be in place in the next couple of years, and then plan for the future.
I think the CTS 4, the Comprehensive Transport Study, the fourth time they've done it, I think they must add in environment aspects of transportation.
They didn't have it in the third. Even 16 years ago, people were pretty environmentally aware.
Yes, but they are not so comprehensive, per se.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think this is a key, especially about road planning and environment aspects.
Right.
I mean, in CTS 3, it's more about highway and rail planning.
Right.
How can they complement each other?
Okay.
It's about resolving the congestion problem.
Right.
How to move people around. But not from a really comprehensive angle of how can we rearrange or realign the rail lines or the transportation line to make our city better to live with.
Yeah.
It's not a living quality study.
Right.
But this time they have to do that.
Yeah.
Connectivity, pedestrianization, all that.
Well, and here's something. Power sources.
Oh, yes.
Right? Whether it's using biodiesel, and The Economist came out, they had an article last week, and they were basically saying, you know what, if electric cars are being powered by coal burning to generate the electricity, they may very well be much dirtier than petrol burning cars.
Yes.
And this was quite interesting, I thought.
Especially in China.
Yeah, well...
If you use all EV, electric vehicles in China, actually it could produce more pollution.
They might as well be coal-burning cars.
Yeah.
And so we got to look at that for Hong Kong as well. And maybe that'll be part of the comprehensive transport study. Shout out to Frankie Yick, because he's the one promoting this. Guess which sector he represents in the functional constituencies? Transport, of course, but that's kind of his job. That's something you would expect a guy with his job title to do. So Frankie Yick's the one that's pushing for this. Let's watch Let's Go today and see what happens.
Well, everybody will be talking about the second stage of the constitutional reform consultation, but we urge you to look at the CTS 4.
Yeah,
it's very important.
Transportation's big for this town.
All right. Thank you, Andrew.
All right, you bet.
Cheers.
Catch you later.